Hi guys, we are looking at number 6 of tonight's homework because number 6 was one of the longest problems that we had tonight. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is the hardest problem, but we're going to work it out together. So let's read number 6 and then we're just going to jump right in. It says, Lucy walked down to the end of the hall and then decided to backtrack to the first door. She had plenty of time to check each one, or so she thought. As she opened the door in front of her, the one outside slammed shut. For a split second, it was pitch dark except for her flashlight. Then, as she stepped inside what seemed to be a massive inner chamber that all doors led to, two things happened. First, there was a creaking sound from the other side of the room as a set of brass mirrors came into alignment. Second, a hole exploded in the ceiling, letting in a column of sunshine that reflected onto each mirror, lighting the whole chamber. Lucy wasn't alone in the temple anymore. Across the chamber stood her friend Carl, the half-man, half-robot from the future, while the legendary pirate Springback Jack was lowering himself through the hole in the ceiling. Jack had traveled 112 and 1/15 miles to get there. Carl had traveled 401 and 3/15 miles. Lucy traveled 93 and 11/15 miles. How far did they travel all together? So of course all together means that we are going to add those three mixed numbers together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw and set up my Foursquare model. Please make sure you set up your Foursquare models as well. Okay, so inside box number 1, we're just going to write the problem. So I'm just going to start by writing the three mixed numbers that we're getting ready to add, like 112 and 1/15 plus 40. Nope, that's not 40. 401 and 3/15 plus 93 and 11/15. Now, this one is a bit of a different problem than we're used to working, because when we come to our second box, which is where we find the LCD, otherwise known as least common denominator, that is where we will focus on our denominators, and we would count by whatever our denominators are. In this case, our denominators happen to be the same. See? 15 and 15 and 15, which means we don't have to find a common denominator because all the denominators are already common. They already have 15 in common. So we're going to skip that part. We also would typically come down here and rename our fractions or our mixed number. We don't have to do that. All of our denominators have the same name like they're supposed to already. So the only thing we're going to have to do is add our three mixed numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and underline the whole numbers, because we talk about in class all the time, in order to add something or subtract something, they have to be the same type of something. You have to add like terms, add things that are the same. So our whole numbers are the same. So we're going to add 112, 401, and 93, because those are the whole numbers. So I'm just going to come down here in one of the spaces, and I'm going to line my numbers up the right way. Here's 112 and 401 and 93. And I'm just going to add those three numbers up. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus another 3 is 6. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is 10. So I'm going to regroup and carry my 1. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. So I'm going to make that part of my solution, part of my answer, 606. That's start. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to take all three of my fractions. It just so happens to have the same denominator. And now I'm going to add those. So 1, 15 plus 3, 15 plus 11 15 equals 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 11 is 15. Now, what that 15 15ths tells us is that it takes 15 pieces all put together to make one of our fractional towers. And if I have all 15 stacked together, that makes one whole. So 15 15ths is the same thing as one whole. So I'm going to change this 15 15ths that also equals one whole, and I'm going to add this whole to the rest of the wholes, which makes my answer no longer 606 and 15 15ths, but instead it turns my answer to 607 with no more fractional pieces left over. There you go, guys. That is number 6. I'm also going to probably do one more where we have to rename our fractions. Please check out all videos attached tonight. Thank you, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.